All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bourboner POP-Up Show.
Exactly.
We're here at Truffle Masters 2019, Houston, Texas. I'm Marcus, accompanied by my pal, my buddy, my colleague, J.E. Well, that's not your real name.
Well, no, we're going with J. Eli.
J. Eli. We are here with TheBourboner.com, the event site for everything bourbon. Or better, it's actually the event site for bourbon enthusiasts. So we want to welcome connoisseurs, people who are just beginning. We are strictly a dedicated calendar only for bourbon events.
Right. Not just ordinary whiskey, not just a generalized whiskey, strictly bourbon.
Bourbon.
And we're not talking spirits in general. We're talking, like I said,
No vodka, no gin,
no, strictly bourbon.
no tequila, no mezcal.
Sorry.
I know it's a type of tequila, but for those who want to be politically correct, I guess.
We're talking about bourbon today.
Bourbon
people.
only, bourbon purists
Yes.
in the house. So if you ever go to TheBourboner.com, click on the events calendar, all of them are bourbon events only. If bourbon is not served there, it will not be on our calendar. If it's only selling bourbon t-shirts, not serving bourbon, it will not be on the calendar.
That would be eventful.
Nicely done.
That would be.
If it was wine in bourbon barrels, guess what? It is not going to be on the calendar.
Nope.
Bourbon only. So here at Truffle Masters, it's pretty much a culinary competition on who makes the best use of black truffle.
Exactly. So around us right now, we have about 25 of the top chefs here in Houston, and I wish we could turn the camera, and we'll get some footage later on as we go about. The 25 top chefs in Houston right now, just kind of mixing in the truffles, you know, with their twist, their delicacy, right? So last year, we had the Truffle Master winner 2018, pair that with grilled cheese. So I already took a walk around right now, and I haven't seen the grilled cheese yet, but you bet I'm going to be trying a lot of these different dishes there.
So they haven't started serving the food yet?
Not yet. I don't believe so, because I'm looking around right now, and shortly I'll be popping from booth to booth.
So until then, we wanted to bring out something to taste, because why else would you be at a competition to taste bourbon without something to taste it with? Taste, pair, then share.
Absolutely.
So we have a couple of appetizers, a couple of nibbles that we're going to get started with here to kind of pair it to see what we think about it. The bourbon of the evening is going to be Crooked Fox bourbon.
I've tried it, but it's been several years.
Really?
Right.
Never had it, so this is going to be new.
Cool.
Good for me, so we'll get on it then, huh?
So we got our first pairing right now is going to be Madagascar chocolate. Next we got blood orange, and then we have Costa Rica chocolate. Right, so they were not set up in any sort of pattern here. I thought, you know, we just try from chocolate, blood orange to another chocolate here, kind of cleanse the palate in between, and we'll go from there.
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right.
So typically what we like to do is, the reason why we're doing this is because we like to just mingle with people who like bourbon, right? I mean, just any and everybody. Why are we here? Because we're just like you. Well,
we want to sip the bourbon, and we want to pair it with different dishes. So, I mean, whether it's, I would say whether it's a formal event, whether it's just hanging out in your backyard, right, grabbing a couple bourbons, you know, kicking it on the grill, whatever that you're throwing on there, right? That's kind of what the Bourboner's about, right? We're here to test, to create new options, right? And, you know, that's kind of the fun about it. That's what I like doing.
yeah. We want honest opinions when you have bourbon. So if you have it with chocolate fruit, barbecue, black truffles, we just kind of want you to speak the truth of how the bourbon speaks to you. So we love being a part of the Bourboner community. A Bourboner could be me, you, anybody walking around, you, anyone that's around. There's no test at the end of this. So
one thing I do want to say,
Yeah.
with the bourbon itself, right? I've ran into a couple people who aren't so much of bourbon enthusiasts. So, hey, Joe, I don't really like bourbon, right? Or I don't even know what kind of bourbon I like, right? So you could actually start off by going to our event site, or even by viewing us on our social media, right? We do a couple of pairings on there that you're able to view, right? Just kind of help you get that foot in the door, so that way you can start somewhere, because I promise you all, it is worth it at the end.
very worth it. And not only in the ways of taste, but a lot of times you have people say, well, I don't really like bourbon because they all taste the same.
Correct.
And that's why we do these events. That's why we focus on events, because we want you to experience that there are different bourbons, different flavors, different flavor palettes. And what everybody else likes, you may not like, and something you like, everyone else may not like. So the best way to do it is with other people.
As we have noticed at some of the pop-ups that we've had before, not everybody's palate's the same.
100%.
Right? And I think there's been a couple of times to where, you know, hey, Jay Eli, you got to try this with this, right? It's just everybody's palate's a little bit different. So like I said, I encourage you to just mix and match, right? Get bold, get dangerous.
Yeah. And come out to events and maybe we run into each other, and then we can kind of draw this on a little bit more, maybe make some magic that we will not film, but that's a different story.
Different story. But for now, we're going to stick to the filming here and with these pairings.
100%.
I'll go ahead and I'll start off first.
So yeah.
What was the bourbon again?
Crooked Fox.
Crooked Fox.
I was going to say Ugly Coyote, but that wasn't true. All right, so what are you thinking? I like the smell, typical smells, but let's see how it hits us.
It's a little oaky.
Smooth.
Very smooth.
Doesn't bite up front. I'm feeling a little tingle on the tongue right now, though.
I'm not sure if and it may be different, right? Just first off, we're trying the bourbon itself.
Yeah.
Not too much of a fan of the aftertaste, just sitting there by itself, right? But
I'm salivating. My saliva glands are kicking in.
You got them jumping?
Yeah, like I feel hydrated. Drinking my own saliva after this. I like the smoothness. The scratch. The way I would describe it is scratch kind of at the end, the aftertaste of it. No?
I would say it's a little scratchy, but I like, you know what, right now I'm digging more of the smell of it, Marcus. I'm going to be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, that could change with each one of the pairings here.
Yep. For y'all who have noticed, I like to put my nose in the cup. I want to make sure I smell everything. Everything. I know some people are just like, oh, you know, hover. Yeah, I don't smell anything. I like, yeah, except for if it's barrel proof. If it was some barrel proof, then it's a different story. But anyway, that's how I like to do it. You may like to do it differently. Jay Eli likes to do it differently. I'm gonna go one more time though.
Oh man, I'm loving the smell. I like it.
I'm getting like a lighter, it's like a light Hirsch. Hirsch bourbon, Hirsch.
I'm getting a little bit of more of a oaky flavor. Like I said, I can sense that scratch that you're talking about a little bit now.
Yeah.
After the 3 sips have gone down, yes, absolutely.
All right, man. Which one do you want to jump into first?
I'm gonna go ahead and try the Costa Rica, man.
Go for it, bro. Now, typically when I do a pairing with bourbon, I like to do a mix. I like to pair it, have the bourbon before, then consume. Then after that settles for a little bit, I like to consume, and then the bourbon, right? I like to do a little before, a little after. But then sometimes I like to bite, hold my mouth, then take the bourbon, and then sip and chew it together. And therefore, you get a full range on how you like the bourbon. Do you like it before the bite? Do you like it in the middle? Or like it with it? Do you like it after?
The before, during, the after.
100%.
I just jumped right in and I bit into it. So I'm doing the after first. I think I'm gonna go backwards.
It's very bold chocolate.
It is. Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. So far, I like it with it. I like consuming the bourbon and the chocolate at the same time. Woo. Bug got me.
So that's so far what I'm digging as well too. I'm gonna say, biting the chocolate, holding it in. I'm gonna be very, very honest and real with you right now.
Yeah, 100%.
So some of the chocolate, right, just stays right up in there, right?
Yep.
When it washes it down, it's like a slide right in. It's delicious. I like it. I'm gonna go with that option first.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still dancing with it. For everybody watching, I really wish you were here to taste it with us, because it has to be boring watching us eat, but it's really fun for us to eat.
Yeah, it's very fun actually. I'm gonna have to go with the chocolate and tried it all 3 ways. Right, first off, kind of like you were saying before, take a little sip, right? Let that go through. Chocolate goes in, mid part, right? Take a bite, wash it down at the same time. And then the before and after, right? I'm definitely gonna go with the chocolate still in the mouth and then washing it down.
I agree.
That's
Just
definitely what I'm going.
with the chocolate being so bold, and what I mean by bold, like there isn't a it doesn't linger on the tongue. It doesn't linger on my tongue. So it's like once you swallow the chocolate, like it's done. The flavor is over.
It's a good balance to it also, right? The
100%.
Like I said earlier, when I just tried it by itself, it had that oaky taste to it.
Yeah.
Right, and then the bold chocolate added to it. I'm going with that. I'm going with washing it down at the same time.
Okay. All right, we're gonna jump on. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up. Let's go with the blood orange next.
Okay.
You know, I don't typically pair bourbon with fruit. Actually, by typically, I mean never. Like, never in my life have I ever put bourbon with fruit. So we're gonna verge on where no man has gone
This is new
before.
for everybody, so excuse my face before I try all of this because, like I said, sometimes the pairings can be a little bit out there. So we're doing this together, man. And you know what? It's funny because out of all the pop-up shows that we've done, I don't think we've paired it with fruit
Ever.
We've done
Bread,
ribs,
cheese.
cheese. I remember the cheese, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever done it
Meatballs.
with fruit, right?
Hell, desserts. That's gonna be a fun show. But you know, the Crooked Fox is light enough that it can pair with the blood orange. I just don't know how I like it paired yet. Right now I'm digging after. The bourbon after.
Is it because it balances? I felt the balance after that. Kind of helps smoothen it out. I don't know. I liked it a little bit before. The before, some of the citrus that stayed in there. You know, the bourbon itself. I don't know. Like I said, it could be different every time.
You know, but now that you mention it, I bit it too a little bit, held some of the orange, the blood orange pulp in my mouth, took the bourbon back, and absolutely, like it does go well. I can't make up my mind.
I can. It's definitely the blood orange, followed by the bourbon right after.
I can't make up my mind. I guess I need another one.
I definitely
I guess
can.
I have to do another one.
That was an easy choice for me. That was pretty simple. I thought it was going to be a little bit different tasting the fruit with the bourbon.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't, my face wasn't squirming all over the place, but it was really good actually. I liked it.
I think because the Crooked Fox has a bit of sweetness to it, I think kind of like the sweet bitterness or the bitterness of the blood orange, like you said, it neutralizes it. It balances out really well.
I agree. I'm going to get one of these later as well too. I know we're moving over to the chocolates, but I'll be back to this blood orange.
Oh yeah, then we're going to
later
come back to it. I can't make a decision, so I must solve this question in my mind. Why leave things unanswered? And then lastly, we have...
This is going to be the Madagascar chocolate, right? The Madagascar
Did you ever see
chocolate.
that movie?
I did.
I didn't.
I did.
I think I did. I can't remember. Must have been a good night.
It probably was a great night. And as soon as I saw the Madagascar chocolate, that movie definitely came to mind. But then I just thought chocolate immediately after. So let's see
After
how it
you,
is.
my friend.
All right. Actually, I'm gonna get this big old piece right here. First off, definitely a lot lighter than the Costa Rica.
A lot of flavor.
They're good. Yeah, it's
A lot of flavor. Delayed, but good nonetheless. So yeah, I like the Madagascar.
Uh-huh.
Tasty, flavorful. Now let's pair it.
By the way, we need to get them back over here.
100%.
These are homemade hazelnut.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard no for me.
With is okay. Damn, bro. Not just no, huh? But a hard no. I know you can be in all PG-13 right now, so I appreciate that. But you can be real.
You're right. Yeah, no. I'm gonna let that pass.
Well, no, I just had some leftover. Some chocolate left over in a back crevice in the mouth. The bourbon after, I like it.
Just drew it out the valley.
Yeah,
Went
man.
out down into the throat. Perfect.
I had something inappropriate to say, but I'll go ahead and keep that to myself.
We both did. No, I will tell you, standalone, the chocolate itself, it's delicious.
I definitely love Crooked Fox as a chaser. Yeah?
I'm definitely gonna have to go with that too. Definitely, as a chaser.
It's real delicious. Ooh. I mean, I don't know yet.
Yeah,
Let me try again.
I would definitely have to go with it as the after, right? Because we had the Costa Rica, we had the blood orange, and then we had the Madagascar. So I guess both chocolates, right? The Costa Rica and the Madagascar, I enjoyed as having them after, right? Versus before or in between, at least for both chocolates. And then for the blood orange, just wash them both down at the same time.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna go both. I'm gonna pick both options
Okay.
with Madagascar. I like with and as in.
Okay.
The flavor in the Madagascar is so good, but it's also like the flavor cuts off enough that when you have it with the bourbon picks up the flavor, different type of flavor, obviously. But the sweet, different kind of sweet, it just like it continues the journey, man. It makes it beautiful.
Damn. That's very nice, Marcus. That's very poetic.
You know, perhaps I'm a poet and didn't know it.
See what you did there. Yeah.
I did do that
You
fair.
guys quite the poet. So either way, for both chocolates, I'm gonna have to say after. I enjoyed the wash after.
Yep.
Good, delightful, right? The bourbon itself, I enjoyed just sipping on it on its own, right? I think it's funny, right? Because if we go a little bit back to the beginning of it,
Right.
right? It was kind of like, not sure how I feel about just the bourbon itself, but I mean, after having a couple of these pairings, right, sipping the bourbon a little bit more, right, my palate completely has changed, right? And maybe that there, still some of it, the leftover, whatever it may be, right? But yeah, I'm definitely just digging the bourbon itself.
Yeah. Damn, man, that was so eloquent. I can't even follow that. That was just nice. Woo, my man. So, I mean, I know we said both chocolates, but if we had to pick one, right? Everybody knows that there has to be a winner, there has to be a loser.
Right.
So if we had to pick just one, will we go with the Costa Rica, blood orange, or are we thinking the Madagascar? I mean, I know my answer. Mine, hands down, the Madagascar chocolate. It wins because I have multiple options with it, right?
Right.
I can do it chewing with the chocolate. I can do it chasing the chocolate. I don't have to pick.
Okay.
I have options. And who doesn't like options?
I think I'm gonna throw an audible.
Ooh, my man. Say it loud, say it
I'm
proud.
going with the blood orange, man.
Wow.
I like it.
Really?
Well, I guess it goes back to you saying that the multiple options, right? That kind of, I don't know if it was you just swaying me at that point, but right, I enjoyed it, the during and the after, right? So
Fair enough.
I'm definitely gonna go with the blood orange, and I see a table with a little bit more fruit, so don't be surprised, Marcus, if you see me back at this table with a couple more fruit options, which I have never paired with bourbon before, but
I'll do it again.
It's a good option going
Yeah,
forward.
100%. I mean, and so even with this, ladies, gents, boys, and girls, we can see that your taste buds are yours, right? There's not a right answer. It's subjective. So whether you like this bourbon with that or that with this bourbon, it's completely up to you, and no one can say that your answer is wrong. So I mean, I think that's part of what we want to kind of share with the Bourboner community. Yeah, go for it, man. It's good. I mean, I wanted half of that, but it's all right. I guess we get some more.
Well, there's plenty more, so that's what I would call, and let me finish this off real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. But that's the point of the Bourboner community, right? There is no wrong answer. It's about sharing it, right?
understanding it. It's about you know, just communicating what you're tasting, right? And you know, myself and Marcus, we've been doing this for how long?
Almost 2 years?
I would say 2 years.
Yeah. Off camera, that is.
Right. So, you know, each time, right, it's different tastings, right? And what I truly enjoy is just going out, trying the bourbons, pairings. You've seen my face squirm a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? You've seen my face light up several times, right? More than you can probably count. So I think that's what it's about when it comes down to it, right? Just, you know, enjoying good company, being around, you know, the people that you care about, and, you know, enjoying yourself a bourbon.
100%. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
So at this time, ladies and gents, I think
Oh, I thought
what
we
we're
were
gonna do. What? You're like,
I thought we were cutting at that point. Okay, my bad.
no, we're gonna keep that going. No, that's be real. Be real. Be yourself. What we're gonna do is take a little bit of a break here and get a little palate cleansers.
Absolutely.
Perhaps see if we can grab a couple of these samples. If there's any truffle dishes ready to rock and roll, and come back right to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I already got my eye on a couple of them. I see some people walking around with some of these truffles here, and we'll be back.
Here we go.